did you support in the World Cup?
What are you on about now?
I mean, did you support England or did you support France because they won?
Man, that is a stupid question. There was only one team to support. The team that represents the motherland of our culture, our language, our way of life.
India weren't there, man.
What India? I'm talking about Jamaica.
Cha! Cha, man. Here's the reggae boy.
Exactly my point, man. Plus their kit is sponsored by His Royal Bagginess, the one and only Joseph Bloggs Esquire.
The master.
Hi, Kulvinder. How are you?
I'm really good, Bal. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
I know you've had quite a busy morning this morning, haven't you?
Yeah, the mornings are always full for me.
We've been trying to schedule this for quite a long time as well, haven't we?
We have, yeah, but we found a little gap, and I think we got there.
You've been really busy recently. You're doing various shows up and down the country.
Yeah, I've been basically doing a lot of film. So, and I did Panto earlier on. And
where did you do the Panto?
I did it at Lyric Hammersmith.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
But that was good fun, yeah?
It's fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it. It's great for my kids as well, you know, because they came into rehearsals, and at the same time they came to see the Panto 7 times.
So how did this all start? So you grew up in Leeds, yeah? Was it Leeds?
Yeah, I had my formative years in Leeds.
Yeah.
Originally born in East Africa.
Okay.
And came here when I was 7, and we settled in London, in the East End of London, East Ham, and moved to then spend a couple of years over in Hounslow. Then my parents transported all of us to Yorkshire, to Chapeltown in Leeds.
Chapeltown?
Yeah, at mere age of 10.
Yeah.
So I had good experience of one side of the country, the southern side, and then the north.
So why did they move up to Leeds?
Well, there was a couple of reasons. At that particular time when my dad came from Africa, he was very much interested in engineering and looking for the family to move towards Sheffield, because Sheffield was like the capital of steel and engineering itself. Obviously then the country started to kind of fade. All the engineering started to kind of close down, and while we moved to Leeds, and then I was put into a school, a place called Intake. First of all, Scotland, then Intake, where they did sort of drama, photography, and contemporary dance. You didn't have to do physics, chemistry, or biology. I thought that's wicked. So I ended up getting involved in a drama school there. Then spending the years there, then came back to drama school in London. So
is that how it all started? You into your kind of acting career?
I wrote the first sketch at school, my middle school they would call it in Yorkshire, and my English teacher said I need to do all the impressions of the teachers, and she put it to me. They said, "Do you do any famous people?" And I said, "Oh, okay." Then I started to write the stand-up doing impressions, and I applied for a talent competition in Leeds at City Varieties, and when I applied for that, I took part. Ended up coming out of 500 children or whatever, came 3rd, and at the same time the drama was happening, going to apply for this school called Intake, and after that the journey begins, the adventure begins. It's been an adventure to this day.
So did you do any impressions of any famous people then?
Yes, I did. All those many years ago. You know, so I used to do like Frank Spencer, Harold Wilson, Margaret Thatcher.
Can you do Margaret Thatcher?
Not anymore. I wouldn't do Margaret Thatcher anymore. So at that particular time, those were the people, the Muppets. It was a real release in one sense for the family, because my dad was still in East Africa, and my mum used to come and watch me in the clubs after doing the City Varieties, and then taking part in another competition, then hosting the shows, and at the same time going to this drama school, thinking what I was going to do next. I started doing the working men's clubs. And my mum sometimes used to come and watch me at City Varieties and come and support me in the clubs.
So that's great, your mum's supporting you, because it's not a usual thing, is it, to go into? Like a lot of Asian kids, like you said, do physics or do maths at kind of college or school, not really acting in drama.
The parents always thought, you know, he'll do whatever he wants, and he's stubborn that way. What I loved about the school was that they wanted you to go out there and experience what it's really like out there. So I started to look for work. and was started doing, first of all, little extra walk-ons. And at the same time, I kept the humour going, the comedy going, with doing Warm-Up Man for Eastern Eye, for LWT. So I just kept everything bubbling and juggling in that sense. Until a couple of while I was at drama school, I ended up with doing No Problem, an episode on that. That was, and I got Howard's Way. So in the summer, I used to go to Southampton and do Howard's Way for about a couple of years until the break really happened with a film called Rita Sue and Bob 2. So I left Howard's Way to go and do Rita Sue and Bob 2. Again, what happened was to work with a guy called Phil Young, who's like a disciple of Mike Lee, where he was doing improvise and devise work. And this play, he was devising it at Leeds Playhouse then, now it's known as the West Yorkshire Playhouse, called Torpedoes in a Jacuzzi. So I just kind of kept both sides of it, on the theatre side as much as on the comedy side alive, and just wanted to find employment. Because the fear was, within this profession, you think that it's not going to be regular.
So that's one of the questions I was going to ask you was, so pay-wise, usually if you've got a simple job and you know, right, I'm going to go to a 9-to-5 job, you're going to get your pay packet at the end of the month. Mm-hmm. In this kind of industry, you don't really get that, do you?
No, you don't. That's why you have to be quite diverse, I think, especially for... I never thought of myself as an Asian actor as well. I thought of myself as an actor and a performer. And you're always trying to build systems in your head and say, right, how do I find employment? How do I keep myself constantly working? So I ended up like 13 agents. 4 in Yorkshire, 3 in Birmingham, 4 over in London. I said, if I have many agents, I can't be unemployed. And so slowly you find out the same agency is putting you up for the same work, and they find out, you know, what are you doing? This isn't professional enough. I said, well, one who gives me the job I want, that's the agency that I'll join. And the agency, when I got Rita Sue, then I stuck with one agent, and they were like personal management, which was great actually. So because it gives you an idea that you're actually building a career, and where your commitments are with this career.
The other day, my daughter, she was watching Postman Pat. Got a 4-year-old daughter, Millen. She was watching Postman Pat, and at the end, when the scripts rolled, I saw someone's name mentioned. I thought, hey, Kulvinder Ghir, what's going on here? Postman Pat.
That's right.
Ajay. Yeah. I never knew that. How did that come about?
You're going again about, we created the new Postman Pat about 5-6 years ago. We did about 72 episodes of it. I play 3 characters on there, which is Ajay, the train driver, and Bill, which is the farmer's son.
Okay.
You know, and there's another one called Tom. And in the new Postman Pat, there's another character which I do there called Lee. So they're just great fun to do. So
that must have been amazing.
It is. You just see the whole... it's the first time when you've seen that form of animation built around you a little bit. You know, the characters made slightly to look like you, and to create those different voices. And the voices always are there with me anyway, just to give them that individuality. And the joy was again to do Ajay, and then to go and do Bill. They were totally different contrasts.
Can you switch between the two? So can you do Ajay and then Bill?
Yeah, you had to. Because,
can you do it now?
Well, now.
Go on.
See, because Ajay, let me go back, because Ajay was...
It's a bit of time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Ajay was... Because he was Northern Indian, because you wanted to make him start talking like that,
That's right,
you?
yeah, he's very typical.
That's right. All right, Pat, how you doing? Having a nice time, are you? And then Bill was, oh, don't start doing that. It's right good fun we're having. So to go to one to the other, sometimes they are in the same scene, so you have to have the technique in your head to go, right, one's there, one's there. Yeah. So, but that takes kind of 72 episodes, so you must be able, you know, so you train your mind to do that.
Did you ever come home and speak to the kids?
No, I never speak to my kids. I come home, I don't speak to them at all. I said, right, you go to bed and you go and do what you have to do. No, they were very young then. Actually, if any time now, if they start watching it now, when it comes on, I say, I make them watch it. I said, look, just have a look. What do you think of this? You know, have a look at it. Can you recognise that voice?
No, Dad.
No, Dad. I'd rather go and watch, you know, Star Wars Clones or go and watch something like that. No, but It's strange because my kids are just especially my boy. My daughter knows, but my boy is just starting to pick up what dad does for a living. And especially after taking him to the pantos. So, which is giving him a great sense of, oh, okay, I can have fun too and be silly. So every other day I'm in the teacher's office. No, but he's no, they're slowly picking up what dad does, and if they, I do make them watch Postman Pat.
E3 UK and Kudos Music proudly presents a guaranteed dance floor hit for this summer by DJ H and Geeta Zeldar. Bilo Nach Nach Ghir. Available on iTunes now. For booking inquiries for DJ H and Geeta Zeldar, call 01753 201 979.
Welcome to Asiana Bridal and Training Academy, the UK's leading provider for bridal hair and makeup. We're offering courses in bridal hair and makeup, photographic media, film and TV makeup, fashion makeup and many more beauty courses. With 20 years of experience, our courses provide flexibility, quality and intensive training courses, which are all recognised and accredited certified diplomas. Let Asiana Bridal and Training Academy help you open doors to opportunities within the beauty industry.
Trooping of the colour. Great. The Queen looks nice, doesn't she?
Nice? Of course nice. Because she's Indian.
What, the Queen?
All of them, the whole royal family Indian.
What are you talking about?
Oh, think about it, yaar. Huh? Descended from Queen Victoria, Empress of India, so Indian.
Rubbish.
Not rubbish, look at them. Huh? They all live in the same family house together, Indian. All work in the family business, Indian. All have arranged marriages, Indian. They all have sons. Daughters no good, Indian. Children live with their parents until they are married, Indians. What more do you want? You want them to put on turbans and charm snakes out of baskets?
But Dad, Harry, Wills, Fergie.
They're all Indian. All except Prince Charles. He's African.
What?
If he was Indian, he'd have smaller ears.
That led on to Goodness Gracious Me, from a kind of a Black Afro-Caribbean sketch show with an elbow of kind of Indian in there.
Yeah.
We decided to write and create Goodness Gracious Me.
So how did the four of you get together? Did you meet up? So obviously you knew Mira then.
Yeah.
How did the